What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Tyzilla83. I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my first impressions video of Mass Effect Andromeda. Yay! A game I've waited a while for. So if you would, at the end of the video, like, comment, share the content that you've watched. And of course, if you haven't already, feel free to tap the subscribe button down below. Finally, after months and months of anticipation, Mass Effect Andromeda, it's here! I know that a lot of you either follow me through the Digital Fire podcast or you just follow me here on the Tyzilla83 YouTube channel. You know I'm a huge Mass Effect fan. I think it's the best franchise in gaming history. I really do. That's my opinion. That's to me and what it represents and what it was and what it accomplished was something no other franchise has ever accomplished in my eyes. So, saying that, obviously I am a little biased towards Mass Effect, and I'm going to be a little bit biased towards the fourth installment with Mass Effect Andromeda, so I want to throw that out there. Also, I want you guys to know this is, again, a first impressions video, and I'm somewhere between 16 and 20 hours, which is way more hours put into a first impressions video than I usually do. I'm usually somewhere between 8 and 12. But I wanted to, lift up the hood and really pull apart the engine a little bit and make sure I give you guys the goods. Know what I'm saying? So, all right, let's get into the pros and cons. I'll start with the cons. I'll come out and say it. The start menu is a mess. It's a debacle of fuckery. It can be at times the world's most complicated banana to unpeel. Are you feeling it yet? You get it? Are you kind of like, now it makes sense. I get it, Tyzilla. Thank you. I hate the way the quests are spread out. I hate how the start menu, there's just so much going on and so much thrown at you. A lot of it new to the Mass Effect franchise. It's a mess. But if BioWare has come out and said that they're going to fix some stuff. They're going to patch some things up, and obviously the first big thing that people were so upset about, and hey, I even made a video making fun of it, was the facial expression stuff. I honestly think they could leave that shit alone, if you want my honest opinion. They need to work on this start menu. Most of all, they need to work on the journal, which is their version of, where your quests can be found. They need to clean that up big time. It can be so aggravating to navigate through that mess that you're just like, fuck it, turn off the PlayStation or turn something else on. Go play something else. Go back to Horizon Zero Dawn, Neo, or maybe you've got the new Nintendo and you're playing Zelda. Sometimes you just want to go back and do something else. And I know this isn't a problem for everybody, but it certainly is to me. And I know a lot of some friends of mine who have kind of expressed the same frustration with that start menu. It's got to be fixed. It just needs to be cleaned up. Please, BioWare, do that. I can live with the rendering issues, and I can deal with with popping textures that pop in. I can deal with that. But the start menu has got to be, for me, it's got to be issue number one for them to fix. My only other thing I'll put on the con list is that the story, they're not pulling me in. I just don't feel, even though I'm the Pathfinder and all this, and I'll get to that in a second, I just don't really care about the what's going on in this Andromeda galaxy. I just don't care. Not in the same way that I did with the Milky Way, with what was going on with the Reapers and the possibility of all intelligent life being wiped from existence. Here I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I can't wait for the next cutscene and for them to unravel some new shit for me to find out. But it's not because I'm so interested in the story. It's more just out of curiosity. Like, okay, what are they going to do next? To me, that's not a good thing. And it's definitely not on my pro list. And it bothers me enough because that's something BioWare has nailed down so well that typically you would expect that to be on the pro side of things for a BioWare game, especially in the Mass Effect universe. I don't know. I'm having a hard time connecting with the story. On to the pros. The pros side of things with this game, with Mass Effect Andromeda. To me, they far outweigh the negatives. In fact, I probably won't spend a whole lot of time on the pros, but they do outweigh the negatives, the cons. Combat is fun. To me, like, I look forward to getting into a gun fight. I look forward into using my biotics and how pretty they look at times, and just how smooth that gameplay is there. Optimization it feels so smooth. There's a little bit of an argument about the fact that it was 30 frames. The game is 30 frames on everywhere. PC, PS4, PS4 Pro, and the Xbox One. It never feels like it drops from 30 frames. In fact, if you were to tell me that it were 60 frames, I would probably have believed you. No matter what kind of chaos is going on, it always feels like it's staying at that frame rate, a high frame rate. So very, very well optimized game, which, by the way, should kind of surprise people who recall how bad sometimes the first 3 games could really feel laggy and poorly optimized, especially when there's a lot of explosions and things. The game, all 3 of them would struggle to maintain, high frame rate. That's not a problem on Andromeda at all, on Mass Effect Andromeda. The ship, holy cow, the Tempest is awesome. Their version of the Normandy in this game, which is the Tempest, is sexy. It's a badass looking ship. I don't know, like, when you compare the two, which one is more combat ready, which one. Obviously I would assume the Normandy SR2 is definitely battle ready, especially when you consider all the upgrades that the ship got after the Alliance got a hold of it from Cerberus. But when you look at the Tempest from the outside and when you're inside of it, it looks as cool inside as it does outside. That's really neat. The lack of load screens is nice. Don't get me wrong. There is a heavy load screen when you come into the game, just like Horizon Zero Dawn or any other game really this generation. There's a heavy load screen coming in. But going out, once you're in the game, even during fast travel, when there is a load screen, it's not real long. And there aren't, like, when you're going everywhere on your ship on the Tempest, when you're going to the downstairs to where your room is, or whether you're going to the science lab, or if you're going to a different area of the ship, there's no loading screens. There's no loading screens from area to area on your planets that you're discovering. It's nice. The lack of load screens is a very nice bonus, and it's something you just kind of come to expect with this generation of gaming. Again, there's probably a lot more I could go into on the pro side of things. I'll say this too: being a Pathfinder does feel pretty badass. You feel like, in fact, I think they're doing a good job of making you feel relevant as a Pathfinder in a very similar way that they did, with Shepard being a Spectre, to the Council. Being a Pathfinder feels every bit as important as being a Spectre. So that's really neat to see. All right, so that's it. I want to thank you guys for hanging in there with me on this video. I know it was a little bit longer. I'm actually getting a lot of you requesting that I make longer videos, so I'm working on that. But again, thank you so much for hanging in there. I hope you guys enjoyed this first impressions video. I'm going to say this, the last thing I'll say about Mass Effect Andromeda: I do not believe this is a game for everybody. I feel like this is a game kind of tailor-made to Mass Effect fans. I know that sounds a little crazy to say. You think that they would want to make a game for everybody, but I do feel like they stuck to the values of what made the original trilogy great. Do they deliver on all those values? No, of course not. Are there a lot of things they need to fix? Absolutely. But again, I feel like they tried their best to stay true to what made the original series so great. Again, thank you guys so much. Try like hell to be kind to one another. Until the next video, peace.